Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This video will be about Mars. Mars, he will enter sidereal Aries on 2nd of June and will be in Aries until 13th of July. Needless to say how powerful he is in Aries. Very powerful. Mars is in his on his throne, he's ruling Aries. So in this video, I will explain to you in what way he will present his energies, because while traveling through Aries, he is passing through the body of the celestial realm. He is passing through the fixed stars, which are basically shaping the body of the celestial realm. Every time he is in touch with certain fixed star, his energy will be manifesting in a slightly different way. So Mars, in his collective vibration, in his collective manifestation, the way he will work for us, actually does not always appear in his most benevolent and high vibrational, forms. He may be really powerful as the god of war. He may represent warlike behaviors, aggression, and so. In his fine manifestations, the fine energies, Mars actually is the typical, very organized, moral, if you want, even patriotic soldier. This is Mars. When we get his high vibrations. So this is him. When he is in the collective, I expect that he will not really represent his highest and most benevolent vibrations. But what I find very positive while he will be in Aries is that he will not be afflicted by any planet. Just the other way around. He will receive sextile, harmonious aspect from Saturn. And when Saturn, who is also equally powerful in Aquarius, when Saturn and Mars form sextile, this actually is not so negative. This is even bringing very practical approaches to work, to organizing the status quo, the routine. So this is not so bad, actually, Mars and Saturn. This is not necessarily meaning lack of peace. This can even mean good organization. This can mean reaching stability. So this is absolutely not a bad sextile. Also, at certain point, he will form sextile with the Sun in Gemini, and the Sun in Gemini is very, very powerful, because this is where the Sun enjoys the point of the summer solstice, So in this sense, Mars will not be angry. He will not be annoyed by any negative effects, negative transits, aspects by malefic planets. So this is fine. So when he will be traveling through the body parts of Aries, as I told you, we will experience his energies a little bit differently, of course. So when he enters, he is starting, he's passing through the sidereal fish, one of the two fishes from the constellation of Pisces, and particularly on the dates 9th, 10th of June, he's passing through the knot, tying knot. I'm explaining because of my pronunciation, excuse me. And this is when you're tied, it gives a little bit of lack of development, lack of hope. He can be a little bit difficult then, because when you are tied, when you can feel no hope, desperation, and so. But this is not such a long period of time. But on the 9th and the 10th of June, it's particularly not really advisable to do activities which are ruled by Mars, which is what? Watch out, for example, when you are doing sports, or when you are starting something which is Mars-like activity, technical work, or industry work. Just watch out a little bit. Let's say you're fixing, you're working with metals. You may feel a little bit that you're not reaching results. So this is 9th and 10th of June. On the 12th of June, he's passing through the Jaws, 12, 13, the Jaws. These particular degrees, the ancients describe, like they say, literally, I will tell you, they say, and the native will be speaking disgusting things. So watch out for conflicts. Watch out that you don't, by mistake, by slip of the tongue, say speech that you don't desire to say to others, or so that if you don't want to get into disagreements or disputes. Watch out a little bit, because then Mars is in the Jaws. We may hear also on media, not things that we don't approve, and so. Then, particularly interesting are the dates from the 17th to the 24th of June, because he's passing through these degrees where we have the two stars, Hamau and Shiat, where you have the horns. The horns are always about, horns. It's aggression, it is it's extreme ambition, and so. Also, these are degrees to watch out a little bit. In a way, what to do. Again, not to get into risky situations, to plan well your travel. If you're doing martial type of work, let's say army work or industrial, or let's say working with metals, or working with cars, business, something like that. You have to watch out a little bit, because the energies may be a little bit not very harmonious. Then you have, after that, from 26th of June until the end of his cycle, he is passing through the sexual organs and the back parts, of the celestial realm. These are not very good degrees. You may have misunderstanding of ambition, aggression. Your ambition or your plans may not get where you really, it is a little bit to be careful and to plan your things very wisely, with patience, with morals, with discipline, exactly what the good energy, the good manifestation of Mars is all about. So saying this, I think it's important, because let's say you're planning new business. Let's say you're planning work which has masculine character, fixing things, for example, you name it, these men-like masculine types of works. This may be important also when you have the ambition to, or when you're planning, when you're very driven to something, to create new business, to create something. Then how to act, especially when let's say, the times which I just listed, when Mars is in the jaws of the celestial realm. Watch out when you negotiate. Be careful when you let's say, when you are presenting your work, presenting your plans. This is why these dates, I feel, are very important. I personally take them always into consideration in anything, in travel, in work, in whatnot. Also, again, who will be mostly influenced by Mars? Of course, people who have Mars as Almuten. What does this mean? And according to the ancient astrology, there is a way to calculate people's Almutens. This is the most prominent planet in your horoscope. I have video about this on my channel. You can find it easily. So the Almuten is normally so prominent in one's chart that astrologer with experience should see you and say, oh, your Almuten is Jupiter, or oh, your Almuten is Mars. So this is what Almuten is. So this is the most prominent planet. So any motion of Mars will have impact on you, on your life. So people who have very strong Mars on their ascendants, whatever the ascendant is, people who have Aries ascendant, Moon in Aries, Sun in Aries, Scorpio ascendant, Moon in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, Mars in whatever ascendant, in whatever sign on ascendant, Mars on midheaven, Mars on seventh house. All these people will feel a little bit more every single motion of Mars, be it retrograde motion, turning direct, be it invisible, be it changing signs. All this you should be able to sense immediately. This will have impact on your, let's say, sport-like sportiveness, or on your sport spirit, or on your desires, on your ambition. So that's why all this is very important. So I hope this is useful, and see you next time very soon. Bye bye.